I know, it's like, here comes the sun, da-da-da-da, here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right, do-do-do, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt, brother. Good morning. It's like I hear no shave November, right? What the hell's that all about anyway? The girls do it, guys do it, everybody's like, no shave November? Actually, it's Nat King Cole, Nazareth, Nancy Sinatra, yeah, I said Nancy Sinatra, Neil Diamond, Neil Young, Nelly, New Edition, New York Dolls, 9 Inch Nails, Norman Greenbaum, Nicolette Larson, Nirvana, No Doubt, Norah Jones, and new writers of the Purple Sage. So just adjust your playlist to ends accordingly. Panama Red, bo 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 bo, Panama Red, do 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 do, and then he'll rob you of your head, bum 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 bum, Panama Red, bo 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 bo, Pan. Oh, and I see the red lights on, which means only one thing. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. No. I just love saying that, though. Did you see Saturday Night Live this weekend? Kamala Harris was on Saturday Night Live. Walked in on, is it Maya Rudolph? She was like doing the cold opening and then, da-da-da-da-da, place eruptive. It was a complete surprise to the audience as well as Maya Rudolph, from what I heard, had dressed alike. Oh, man. And then you had the weekend update with Michael Chi and Colin Jost. Hysterical. Hysterical. It was last-minute shots at the candidates. Just like it used to be, everybody's like, Saturday Night Live's changed. They make fun of politics all the time. They never used to be like that. Really? Chevy Chase falling down doing the Gerald Ford. He hurt his back permanently doing, he had Phil Hartman was Clinton. Yeah, Carvey was Bush. They've been making the original, not ready for prime time players were doing comedy on Saturday Night Live, the original first season. But now everybody's offended. Oh, it's just this, it's just that. No, it's you. It's not changed one bit. They've been doing comedy, making fun of politics and politicians for every administration, every one of them. I know, and before we get any further, you got to remember, you got to like this video right here with the little thumbs up, thumbs down, like it right here. And you got to subscribe to that little oblong thing that's like right over here. That way, if you're subscribed and, it's like Monday morning like it is, and it's a little after 8 o'clock in the morning like it is, and you're in your Monday morning meetings, you got the all-staff meeting, you got the most important shit that's going to happen all weekend on, and what happens? Boop, boop, your phone's going off, giving you the notifications. Yeah, Pipewrench has got a podcast, He posted a loony video about running in his boxer shorts down Central Avenue. We've done that, haven't we? We have done that. If you go to the Sasquatch video, in the end, the Sasquatch chases me down Central Avenue in my boxer shorts. Swear? I swear. It is Monday morning, and I told you good morning. It is a clear and definitely coolish, yeah, you'd say. Yeah, it's been getting like hovering in the 30s in the morning. Still got the fan on in the bedroom. Yep, it's Monday morning. It's November 4th. November 4th. Okay, let's give a big shout out to our friends and sponsors at the Great Falls Gazette. Got it? Got it. Look what came yesterday. That's right. Yesterday I got my very first Sunday edition. The Sunday edition. Sunday edition. We got the Sunday edition from the Great Falls Gazette. Got a little excited. But yeah, we got a local paper that actually delivers. They actually deliver on Sunday. The Sunday edition gets here on Sunday. Doesn't come on Saturday. It doesn't come on Monday. The Sunday edition comes on Sunday. When does the Great Falls Tribune come? Comes on Saturday, right? Yeah. How can you do a Sunday paper on Saturday? And that's why let's watch read the Great Falls Gazette. Again, it's got the Sunday edition right here. We still got the most wanted on the back. Here they are. It's an expanded edition. It's $1.50. And I'm going to still buy 5 copies for my mother. Gotta see my smiling face on the cover of the Great Falls Gazette. Oh, yeah. Never. Maybe we'll be on the back page. On the back pages. Yeah. My back page, my birds. All right. Bam, bam. Do we got everything covered? Sponsors, ducks in a row. Quack, 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 quack. Ducks were in Michigan this weekend. Michigan is not the same team that they were a year ago. No, I don't have a quarterback. I could go, you could go, we could go. Snoop could go play quarterback for the Michigan Wolverines and do better than, who did they have? Orgy and Tuttle. And, isn't Tuttle a guy from a MASH unit? That was on MASH. He was an imaginary character that Hawkeye and BJ made up. You know, Captain Tuttle. About the quarterback situation in Michigan. It's a made-up quarterback. Yeah, they look. They're not. They lost what? 17 players to the draft. It's a lot out of 22. That's quite a few, actually. Yeah. All right. Like I said, it is a Monday, November 4th. Looks like there's snow tomorrow, Andy. Yeah. Going to start a little tonight. Going to snow tomorrow. It's election day. We're going to have crappy, cold, snowy weather. And by next weekend, I'll be out at the shop watching football games because we'll be in the 60s by the weekend. Yep. So, like I said, we got to worry about the snow tomorrow. Yeah, we got to worry about the snow by tomorrow. Like, that's all we're got to worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow. November 5th, Election Day. If you haven't already voted, get out there and vote. Okay, your vote counts. It's your right to vote. And, that's your duty. We all vote. I voted last week. Took my vote... Took it down to the Cascade County Ballot Elections Office. It's what? Kitty Court. It's like in between the courthouse and the library on the same side of the street. It's got the green, Took it down there. There was a line all the way around. It was like early last week. I'm like, do I have to wait in line just to put, everybody's like, no, there's the ballot box right there. Go put your vote in there. So I voted last week. So I was one of many who have voted ahead of time. So, finally, Andy, there's an end to the madness, and that's to the countless commercials. We have been bombarded since February with commercials all over the TV. Like I said, they've cut the shows even shorter. Forget the ending. We'll just throw in a Sheehy and Tester commercial and we'll be done with it. Just amazing the amount of commercials on the television. Mailbox full of political flyers and actually the overbearing and rude people on social media. You know who you are. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Most of the time I can't even believe the rhetoric that some of you are spewing on Facebook and Instagram and X and all that. It's like you actually are going to change somebody's mind. So-and-so's doing this and so-and-so's doing that and blah, 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 blah. Well, I care about my country and I got to post that stuff. Well, I care about my country too, and I post like memes and dogs and classic rock and jokes, and I don't post anything political. There's more to life than that. If you think that you posting your comment on social media is going to change anybody's mind, welcome to the internet, because it's your first day. Yeah, tomorrow's election day. Tomorrow's election day. Now, we have got some stuff that Andy threw up here this morning, and tomorrow's the day. Less than 24 hours ago, we'll be starting to get returns. Okay? When you get up in the morning, the polls will be already starting to announce the returns. That early in the morning. Because if we get up here at 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm doing my show at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's already 10 o'clock back east. Polls are reporting by then because they've got mail-in and hand-in votes, ballots. Okay? And you're all doing it. Don't give me this, they're mailing their votes in. They're doing this. They're doing, like I said, I had a ballot. I came in the mail in order to register. What did I have to do to register? I don't even remember. I remember I had to show like an ID and a driver's license. I don't remember. It was so long ago. I've been voting since the Carter administration. So, anyway, tomorrow's the day. So what do we got here, Andy? We got 74 million people have already cast their ballots. That as of yesterday, Sunday. Okay, we're here at 8 o'clock in the morning. So we got a lot of data from last night. I'm already hollering about the election. They've already cast their ballots. 74 million people as of last night, which is 47%. I'm trusting you on these figures, Andy. 47% of the total numbers that were cast in the 2020 election. So already, we're almost half the ballots that were cast 4 years ago have already been either walk up like I did, mail in, already, people that were in line and casted it. Okay? So we're already almost halfway there. And tomorrow's election day. Okay? These numbers, Andy, okay, these numbers include 4 million that have already voted in Georgia. Okay, that's 80%. 80% of the total that already voted there in 2020. So already 80% have voted in Georgia. Georgia was highly contested. Yeah, I remember the Georgia stories, and we're not here to talk, to rehash that. Okay, in the in the battleground states, throw them up, Andy. What do we got here? Arizona and North Carolina, roughly half of the eligible voters have already shown up. Okay, Arizona and North Carolina, two big states, Andy. Yeah, two big states. Over half of the voters have already shown up either by walk-in, mail-in, or got in line early and voted. In 3 of the states that have already been reporting these kind of data, and we're reporting walk-in data. We don't have results. We have some fringe stuff. We don't have a right. We're giving you numbers to the polls. Okay. Right. Okay. Georgia, North Carolina. Okay. In 3 states, I would say, 3 states that are Connecticut, Delaware, South Carolina, the early voting has already surpassed 2020 final voting levels. So those states are pretty much almost done. Almost 100% of those ballots in Connecticut, Delaware, and South Carolina have already been turned in. Okay, Georgia's at 80%. Okay, Arizona, North Carolina, 50%. Okay, nationwide, we're looking at, as of last night, this morning, 50% have already voted this country. You know, and that tells me a lot. It tells me that election day is just what? The end of voting now. It's like, as soon as you get your ballots, you can vote. And I had mine, 2.5, 3 weeks ago. And election day is just the last day you can vote. Nobody's like waiting till the last minute anymore. They're not waiting till the last day. Remember now, there's 36 states that offer early voting. Not all 50 states do. 36 states that offer early voting, and the numbers from those states are starting to come out in at least what, Andy? What can we call it? At least a little demographics. Okay, right. At least demographics. We don't know who's voting for who, but exit polls, as of this morning, nationwide, are telling us that of all the people that have voted in the country, of those 50% of voters that have already voted in this election by either walk-in or mail-in, 44% of those are Democrats, 30% are Republicans, with the other 26 non-committed. Okay, they just didn't say. So, yeah, there's been So already we're getting paid. We're getting 40% of Democrats, 30% of Republicans, another 26 or whatever percent people. I'm not going to tell you, independents, whatever. So that's giving us a little, party-wise, who's going to the polls early. If you remember in 2020, former President Trump did discourage people, the Republicans, from going to the polls early. This time around, not so much. Did it hurt them 4 years ago? Probably. Okay? I don't know, though. We are not talking about that. There has been some other demographics that have come out. There has been a 10% to almost 14% higher turnout for women than in the 2020 election, and the youth college vote is up 7% so far. Yeah, right. And he was just like kind of, of course, we have some problems. The former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, is already claiming, in some instances, of election interference. We're getting conflicting stories at how many of the battleground states that there is supposedly this interference. The only sources that we could find were not credible news sources. Like newswacko.com reported it. We don't know who that is. Yeah. So I guess whatever happens tomorrow happens. Okay? I'm not really confident in anything the polls say. Okay? Polls are so fallible. Do you remember when Hillary Clinton was up 8 points on election day 2016? I didn't even watch the elections. I'm like, she's up by 8 points. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. She ended up losing. I didn't even watch the rest of it. I'm like, I'm not going to watch this. She's up by 8 points. What could happen? What could happen? Okay. You know what happened. She ended up losing the electoral college. And of course, if you lose that, you lose the election. That's weird because Trump didn't win the popular vote in 2016, and he didn't win the popular vote in 2020. So Trump, he beat Hillary Clinton. If you look it up, Hillary had, 3 million more votes than Trump, but she lost the battleground. Right. So, he never has had the popular vote. I didn't have it on 220. He lost the electoral college. I don't know why I keep calling it the electoral college, but yeah. And again, he's claiming interference. He's been claiming interference for like 4 or 5 years now. It was 4 years. It was a year before he even lost it in 2020 that he started talking about it, year and a half. So we've been hearing it 5, 6 years now. Okay? I don't think the polls are telling the whole story. And personally, I don't think that this election is going to be close as people say it's going to be. I think that there's some hidden, what do I want to call it, Andy? Hidden, lurking numbers that we're not seeing. We're knowing that people are going to the polls. We're knowing, statistically women are voting more. We're kids are, but there's a couple issues that I don't think will be as up in the air as people are saying they're going to be, or professing that, this is going to be just up in the air. We're almost all undecided still, It's like, well, no. Right. It's not going to be. It's going to be surprisingly one-sided, one way or the other. One way or another. They're going to get you. They're going to get you one way or. I had to, Andy. I don't think it's going to be as close as everybody thinks it's going to be. I think it's a no-brainer that either vote are going to win one way or the other. It's not wishy-washy. Okay, we've had too many people early voting, too many demographics out there voting. I do believe that no matter who wins, there will be repercussions. I don't know what kind. I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't think it's going to be cool. I just don't. The amount of people just on social media, it's not really, insinuating about or talking about people's integrity, their property, their livelihoods over political candidates that really don't care about you personally. Boy, there's quite a few wackos out there, evidently, that actually are hoping and planning on trouble. They're like hoping for it, planning for it. So, got to be safe. Keep your family safe. Keep your wits about you. Heck, Andy, I don't even know if it's going to be safe to come up here and do a podcast by next Monday. The whole world might just be the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. We're going to be podcasting. No matter who wins, and I don't think it's, like I said, I don't think it's going to be close. I think people will be surprised that it went to this person or this person by so much. Okay? I have a hankling. I don't want to. It ought to be just really, really, really interesting. So remember, it's tomorrow, so get out there and vote. You got some demographics. Half the nation's already voted. 80% of Georgia's already voted. North Carolina, South Carolina, they're all states are. What's Pennsylvania? Find out. Andy's going to find out what we got to vote in Pennsylvania. That was quick. 58% of Pennsylvania's already voted. Whew. Man, how about Montana? Find out how Montana's done. I saw a lot of people down at the courthouse last week. In Montana, 88% of the people in Montana have already voted. Whew. Holy Moses. Who else? It's like we want to play Who Voted. No shit, Montana. All right, you people. Let's go, man. Jeez. Find out who's the number one state. Oh, we mentioned them. Delaware. Delaware all voted. 99% of Delaware has already voted. Man, they're getting out the vote, aren't they? Whew, gee. Man. All right. Wow. Okay, Andy, we got a follow-up, you say. We got a follow-up on a podcast that we did 2 weeks ago about that horrible murder of Dustin Kearsum in Moose Creek, Montana, outside of Big Sky and Bozeman. Okay, last Thursday, so it was 4 days ago. Well, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today's Monday. He did it on Thursday. We're going to take a half a day either way. Okay, 4 days ago, Gallatin County Sheriff Dan Springer announced in a news conference that Darren Christopher Abbey is the suspect and has confessed to killing Dustin Kearsum. Abby is 41 years old. He was living down and working down in the Big Sky, Gallatin County area. He was arrested, they said Thursday, coming out of a local establishment. They didn't say what it was. His bail, $1.5 million, Andy? $1.5 million. Just pocket change for the Pipewrench Peterson podcast. Oh, yeah, we got... Well, yeah, nothing. 1 million. Holy Moses, yeah, okay. Sheriff Springer said that the homicide was a chance encounter. There was no connection between the two individuals. They hadn't met each other. Like I said, Dustin had just gone up to set up camp. This Darren guy, Darren Abbey, just happenstance to come across the campground that he was already staying at. The suspect, said that, Dustin met him with, welcomed him, have a beer, wanted to talk to him, about what's going on. And the next thing that Abby said is that he killed him, stabbed him in the neck with a screwdriver, hit him in the head with a log, stabbed him in the neck with a screwdriver, and then chopped him up with an axe. How did they catch him? Evidently, this Darren Abbey guy has a record because his DNA was found in the system, because there was there was a couple beer cans, at the campsite. So, of course, what they're going to do is they're take those cans, see if they all were drinking by Dustin or someone else. You've watched CSI. Come on, man. You know how that works. Okay? Plus, there was stuff missing. And I guess that Abby went up and got stuff and took it back in order to, hide the crime. He's been caught! Barrel, barrel, boom! At the scene of the crime! Yeah, I had to do it, But yeah, it was just like he was clumsy. He left his DNA everywhere, and he had the evidence in his possession, and they nabbed him. So quick work. It was good fun. It was really weird. Guy had axe murdered in a tent in Moose Creek, but the report saying no reason why that he felt that this was necessary to, go chop up this guy or whatever. So, yeah, it was a pretty weird story. So the arrest has been made. Yeah, we had to wonder for 2 weeks. We're not going to have to wonder about president anymore. There ain't going to be no more 2 weeks. It's going to be tomorrow. So, Andy, what are we doing? We're good? We're good. So, remember this pre-election day to spay and neuter your pet. Adopt, don't shop. You're going to foster, you can rescue, you can volunteer, but hey, the most important one is to adopt a shelter pet today. All right, Andy, we're out of here. All right, this pre-election on Monday morning. If you haven't voted, get out there and vote. We're looking at stats, votes for people. Every man, we're looking at stuff already. So be safe out there. Be kind. Be aware. It's just Washington, people. It's just nothing to do. All right. Andy, we're good? We are good. Until next Monday. Have a great week. Get out and vote. We'll see you next week.